Assalamu alaikum everyone, good morning. My name's Farah Halabi and I'm a professional Muslimah life coach. And this morning I'd like to talk to you, or I'd like to ask you a question actually. Why do we behave the way that we behave? Now, I'd like to talk about this under the umbrella or the topic of change. And by that I mean, at some level, we have a person or people in our lives whose behaviour we just accept. We kind of even make allowances for them, but we accept that they are just that type of person, that they have different quirks. We accept on some level that they just are like that, and we accept that it's not our place, that it's not up to us, that it's not anything to do with us, the reasons why to make allowances for them. Sometimes we might facilitate that behavior too. We might just, instead of trying to change it, we just accept that they are who they are how they are, and that's okay. And that's fine. But why then do we change the way that we behave around those people? If we're making allowances or making excuses, or even have this false sense of acceptance that, they're just that type of person, so why then do we feel that we have to change? Or why then do we change our behaviour around certain people? And then following on from that, we even then begin to feel a little bit resentful or question, or just think about why it is that we do that. We think about how we weren't like that before we met this person, or that we weren't like that before we had that acceptance or that thinking about this person's behaviour. And then we even think, well, I wasn't like that before. You made me behave like this, or it's your fault, or I had no choice but to be like this around you specifically. And all the while we have this, what we might term as awareness, or might think of understanding that that person's just the way they are, we then feel that we have to, or we then do, change our behaviour to suit them. But is it really suiting them, or is it suiting the perception that we have of them? And that's a very different question. So I'd like you to think about two things. When we allow our thinking about what someone else thinks about us to define our behaviour, what we're doing is we're allowing our perception of what they think about us to define how we behave to them. So there's no authentic behaviour going on at all. We've got a false acceptance about that person's behaviour, and then we're moulding, changing, feeling that we have to behave in a certain way. So I'll ask you, can you think of that one person? It might be people, but can you think of a person in your life whose behaviour you accept, or you think won't change? They're just that kind of person. It's not a behaviour that you particularly like. It's not a way that you particularly respect, let's just say, but you just allow it. You accept it, you get on with things. But the relationship involves or thrives upon you then having to change the way that you behave, the way that you are with that person. Can you think of a person in your life right now like that? And if you can, I'd like you to ask this question. What benefit, or does it serve you to behave in the way that you behave towards that person? Is it the way that you want to behave? Is it the way that you want to show up in that particular relationship? And if you had the choice, well, actually you do have the choice, but if you could flip a coin and on one side have their behaviour change or your behaviour change, which would you choose? Now, that's a lot of questions, and as you know, I'm a bit of a nosy Parker, but I find that a lot of the conversations that I have with my clients and a lot of the struggles that they go through, specifically with people, the important people in their lives, this is not just anyone, these are, you know, important people in their lives that they have invested time, energy, their experience in. These are not people that they can, or that they feel that they can just, you know, dismiss. These are people that they do choose to engage with, choose to have a relationship with. And a lot of the struggles that they face come up when there is this sense of you having to, or them feeling like they have to mask themselves and mold themselves around someone else, so that they have to behave in a certain way for that relationship to function. And it comes from the underlying thought that, well, that person is just that kind of person, whatever that kind is, whether they are, I don't know, stubborn, or that they are, they have a certain characteristic. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but they're just a certain way, whatever that way is. And it is required for them to change how they behave in order to propel, or in order for that relationship to work. But it gets to a point where you are changing, turning yourself inside out to facilitate what? To facilitate or to propel or to help what? What is the end game here? What is the goal? What is it that you are trying to do? Because for a lot of the women that I work with, the struggle is when they get to having to act not in accordance with how they want to, not in accordance with how they feel is the right thing to do. It's what is expected and what they feel they have no choice but to do. Otherwise, something will happen. Whatever that something is, but they feel that something will happen that they don't want to happen. So they continue, and they get to a point where they're either burnt out or can't give any more, or feel, why should I? Get to a point where they're feeling, why should I? So I'll ask you, can you think of a relationship in your life that requires you to do all of the work, or that requires a lot of energy, a lot of change, a lot of effort on your part to keep it going? And is it serving you? If the answer is no, what would you like to do about it? What have you done about it? Do you think you can do anything about it? And again, lots more questions, but I work with women to help them overcome those kinds of obstacles. So if that is something that's going on for you, and you would like a way out of it, you would like a way to see past it, to see through it, and to put into practice a real workable map, if you like, of navigating those relationships in the most healthy and optimal way for you, excuse me, then contact me. Message me for just my next available consultation, and I will open a space up for you to really delve deep into what is going on for you, how things are, and forming a way of being able to get through them, through helping you manage your perceptions, your thoughts, what's going on for you, so that you can see clearly what is going on for you, but you can also behave in the way that you want to. Behave in a way that makes sense to you. Behave in a way that benefits you, that energizes you, that doesn't deplete you, that doesn't require you not behaving in your most truest self. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you, and I would invite you to message me. Depending on where you're watching this, it'll either be above or below this post. But as I said, my name's Farah Halabi. I'm a professional Muslimah life coach, and I look forward to hearing from you very soon. As always, I pray that you are safe, well, happy and healthy, and I look forward to speaking to you again on another live. Maybe I'll pop on tomorrow, don't know, we'll see. But for now, take care. Assalamu alaikum.